executive officer of the team that our arch rivals in the National Premier League. We have the CEO of Mahia. I call him Honorable Raymond. Karibu sana Oruo. It's good to really have you here. Thank you for coming for this particular show. This tournament is big, of course. You've met the excellencies. Mahia, I understand, will be participating in a training session with some of the top finishers in the boys and the categories, in the overall winners. I'm sure Coach McKinstry will be excited to have some few talents to add to his squad.
I think, thank you very much for having me here. It's a pleasure to always chat
Asante.
And meet the lovely ladies.
Yes.
Yes, Mahia will participate in the tournament, yes, by allowing some of the winning teams time to train with the team. It's one thing to play football, but also it's another thing to be in a professional environment where the boys and girls can learn. I'm sure that is generally the progression that the youth would like to see, those who want to become footballers. And what better place to have them play with some of the stars they see on TV.
Indeed, that's true. And Ambassador Geiger, I mean, what a better team, really, Mahia. Those are undisputed football champions in Kenya, in the region as well as in Africa. And of course, Coach Jonathan McKinstry, coming from Northern Ireland, being part of this, you had the best selection for the rewards for the teams that are participating, Your Excellency.
The thing is, as you were pointing out, this is a great inspiration. So when young aspiring footballers, yes, see great stars, they have maybe idolized them for many years. They have posters in their room.
Yes.
They see them live in front,
yeah,
and they see the skill. And this is such a motivator. If you see the beauty of the movement of your star, if you can shake hands, if you can get a tip, I mean, this would be an incredible boost. And of course, the presence of professional teams and trainers also allows the scouting of talent. Correct. So this is the hope that of some of the better ones to be picked up. And that's the start of their career.
Indeed, true. Ambassador Vicini, it's Kenya and Sweden have been, of course, partners for a very long time. Share with us some of the cultural exchange or sports exchange programs between these countries, past, now, and maybe in future that you've learned.
I think there is a lot of exchange going on, and much of it sort of passes beyond our noses without us not really noticing. I have been able to find some of these people by really looking them up. I met with a few of the golfers who came here, the Swedish golfers who came and yes, played in Kenya Open.
Yes.
I happened to miss, unfortunately, the Swedish drivers who were here for the Safari Rally, yes, but there were a few of them. We have, of course, in Sweden, we have some Kenyan players that have been passing through, yes, and there is one who he's there right now. His name is Colin Sichenye, and he plays in one of the in the major league in one of the Stockholm teams. But we have had a number of other players that have passed through in Swedish soccer teams. We had also a young rally driver, and I'm struggling now to remember his name. His father was also a rally driver. He's very young, 18 years, 20 years old. He went to Sweden to drive in the Swedish rally, and the Swedish rally is on snow. So you know, he went up with his team. They trained for 3 days, and then he went through the whole rally on snow. Can you imagine?
Must be Hamza Anwar, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, I think it was Macri.
Macri, I call him.
Yes,
Macri.
it was Macri. Yeah. It was him. It was him,
yes,
which I think was a fantastic thing, you know, really a challenge and something out of the extraordinary.
And how did he do?
He did. I think he did quite well. He managed to go through the whole rally, which is over several days. You know, he didn't. He managed to keep on the road, so to say. I don't think he didn't win by no means, but he did a good effort.
Indeed,
and he's very young.
Yeah, so
he's very young. And I was happy. I welcomed him at the residence because I thought this was an extraordinary feat. You know, it's quite hard to drive on snow.
And sometimes there's ice underneath the snow, and then you're skidding.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, there's a lot, of course. Well, thank you for that. I'll definitely make a point of trying also to sample the Swedish cultural, pleasantries. Also, Mahia, just to say, the exchanges that already Kenya is benefiting from Sweden. As a team, Mahia, I'm sure you've done a lot of business in Europe. And of course, for the benefit of the boys and girls who are participating in this tournament, they're looking for, when they get that training camp with Mahia, they're hoping one day they can go to Northern Ireland, one day they can go to Sweden, because of course, Mahia has done business with a lot of European teams. I
think it is always the ambition of any upcoming player to play in Europe. But we're saying that why don't we give you the opportunity to start honing your skills here? So that, because professional football is difficult by any means. So why don't you grow it? Because sometimes we think professional football is about money. Yes, it's about the money, but a lot of the hard work that goes in on a daily. So you've got to start somewhere. You've got to start locally. We can give you opportunity if you meet the standards. And yes, any young upcoming player would like to play in Europe. And Sweden is a good gateway to them going, because they start. Yeah. So it is definitely a good platform.
Indeed, true. Ambassador Geiger, the finals, the grand finale on the 17th of May, next Friday, is just not only a celebration of football, it is a celebration of so many things, because 27 member states will be represented at Ulinzi Sports Complex. A lot of fans will be coming there. What do you have in store for them in the entertainment sector? Because I understand you have some nice cards below the table about the entertainment.
Well, of course, we have an MC, courtesy, I think, of TV 47.
Yes.
And then we have my friend Octopiso there.
Yes.
I don't think he will sing, but he will play football. So he will greet all the players, he will kick off the ball. He told me that he's a footballer himself, so I'm sure he's doing well with this. And of course, our ambassadors will be here, many diplomats, many government officials, private sector. So it will be a very lively event. And of course, we have then our raffle where we give away the prizes and lots of excitement. Who will win? So we have fans from the different counties, and they will try to make their team win. So, and I'm sure there will be a lot of excitement at the winning ceremony with the trophies. But what you said is the EU is wanting to celebrate with young people, and we want to empower young people. That's why we're doing this, and we want to share the excitement with youth, young Kenyans. And the hope is that through sports, we can empower them and show them some basic values which have helped to build the European Union. So solidarity, teamwork, discipline, resilience, and the respect for fundamental human rights, the respect to the individual.
Indeed, that's true. Ambassador Vicini, I've seen a lot of discipline from, I can call him my role model, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He's a player, of course, you can admire his style of play, how he presents himself. I'm sure the CEO can also attest to that. Zlatan must be somewhere where he idolizes him, but he'll share with us if he does. How maybe you've interacted with Zlatan Ibrahimovic. What makes him stand out? with those other standout athletes that you have in ice hockey, in tennis, in motorsport?
I think Zlatan is an artist. He's not only a soccer player, he's an artist. He's working with the ball like an artist. It's an art. And he is a bit larger than life personality. In Sweden, it's not very common to be that, because people are usually, it's very well seen to be, similar to everyone else and a little bit, not stand out. But he has never had a problem to stand out. I think that is what makes him so charming. He's a bit of a naughty boy, kind of, but forgiven by everybody, and definitely a role model for so many kids. He grew up in a quite disadvantaged area in the south of Sweden, and which has very good soccer teams or football teams, particularly the females, but even the male are very, very good. And then he became, an incredibly rich person. He put down his memoirs, so to say, in a book, and that made a whole generation of kids who had never picked up a book for pleasure, who were not used to reading, to go to the bookstore, buy a book, or go to the library and borrow that book and to read Zlatan's story. Wow. He is a very special person. He's also an example of the multicultural nature of Europe. You often see Europe as some kind of a white, heterogeneous or homogeneous, and Sweden used to be like that. But we have had a lot of immigration from the whole world, and we have many soccer talents that have come up and have made themselves names, and we proudly call them Swedes, and they proudly confess to be Swedish. And it has been a fantastic means of integration also.
It has to, indeed. CEO, these boys and girls from Marsabit, I know Gor Mahia has their way of selection, or way of course, as we wind up before the break, has a way of getting their players. But we have players from Marsabit where Ambassador went to pick, those are 16 teams. 16 teams from Homa Bay, where the Excellency Gladys was. 16 teams from Governor Mungaro's area. 16 teams in Nairobi. Then we have these all 8 teams again here. Gor Mahia, will you select any from them? I know you told us how you will select with them, but any message of hope to them? Any message of hope to them? They are somewhere listening and hoping that one day they will want to be, even if they don't make it in this tournament.
We said, that's why we opened our doors and said we'll train with those who qualify. Elite sport is very challenging. Yeah. And there are no favors here. You're a talent. If you're talented, you will be noticed, even if you're in Marsabit. So it doesn't matter. Our doors are open. We're open to all Kenyans who of talent, because remember we compete. Yes. So if you're the best, we'll pick you, no doubt. And we also have a women's team. So yes. So it's open for both boys and girls. Yeah.
The CEO, Gor Mahia, Raymond Oruo. Your final words, Ambassador Geiger, just before I go for the break. Maybe Ambassador Vichin, if you have something for a minute or less, just before we go, because I know after this you are going to be very busy for, of course, tomorrow and Sunday.
Just come and join us. We have rolled out the red carpet for you. So please come to the Ulinzi Stadium next Friday. The doors are open, the gates are open as of 12 noon. So, and we'll have some fun and excitement before the matches start at 2 in the afternoon. And you will be entertained, and you have the chance to win lots of prizes if you register now under the number. So I'm looking forward to see you by the thousands next Friday.
Indeed. Of course, Ambassador Vicini, as we wind up.
I want to say something about the girls.
Yes.
I think it's very important that this is a tournament for girls and boys. And actually, in Europe, the girls and the women are playing professionally as well. So it's very important that they get this chance to come and play, and that you find talents among them as well. And it makes me happy to hear that you have a female team. Yes. And I want to say in Sweden, we talk a lot about Zlatan, but the female player, Caroline Seger, who has played in our national team, she has made 4 times as many games as Zlatan in our national team.
Wow.
She has played 240 national team games.
Wow. That's even more than
And our female team is much better than that. Much more. So go for the girls.
Her Excellency Caroline Vichini, the Swedish ambassador to Kenya. Thank you very much. Her Excellency Henriette Geiger, EU ambassador to Kenya.
Shouldn't we sign the balls?
Yes, indeed. As we just wind up, thank you so much. This should be
They
one.
will be given out, right?
Yes, they'll be given out. These are they are together being worn by every. Let me find if I have a pen. Oh, there you are. These are being signed by the Excellencies and also the CEO of Mahia. It just shows the commitment they're giving to you, and we are definitely here to tell you that you need to come and support the under-18 boys and girls at Ulinzi Sports Complex. Remember, we've brought the Excellencies from the 27 member states of the European Union closer to you. In fact, at Ulinzi on the 17th of May on Friday, we are bringing them closer to your eyeballs. So make a date from 12 p.m. Kenyan time at Ulinzi Sports Complex, the big finals. We are giving these balls away next week, so we answer. Of course, you need to stick with us the whole of this show so we can announce the winners at the end of this particular show. We have airtime.
I will also make Octopiso sign many balls so we can give them out next week, next Friday.
You see the prizes, there are more. In fact, these are just tidbits of what has been lined up as prizes for you as fines, and also the teams that are participating and the players will definitely win big. So thank you very much, Your Excellency, Ambassador Henriette Geiger, EU Ambassador. Thank you, CEO Mahia FC Raymond. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, Swedish Ambassador to Kenya, Her Excellency, of course, Caroline Vichini. We are taking a short break. We are coming back with cars and more action.